Careful with what this guy is asking.
My lawyer is going to be
Simple. Lawyers, right? Which one?
The lawyer will answer that one.
It has to be after court.
Which one? Which one?
We're here for the judicial process.
The political solution now. We are waiting for federal government.
We're here for the judicial proceedings. We're here for the can address the other one.
And we have written a letter to them now. They have not replied.
Oh, they've not read.
Yeah, they have not responded. I met with the Attorney General at so what are we hiding? No.
And most of you generally take time to go through some of these documents and then come to
The ruling.
which are the rulings on the document? You know,
Ma, I gonna want federal government in it. Not for certain, so that it will not be as if we are not
I don't understand. Yes. Sir?
Maxwell. Don't block me. Don't block me.
All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Once again, you're welcome to Expose News TV, your one and only YouTube platform that gives you more quality YouTube videos and all the infos happening in Biafran territory. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel and make sure you turn on your notifications so that you will be notified whenever we drop our spanking news. Now, the update, from the Nnamdi Kanu's court trial happening in Federal High Court Abuja. It is going smoothly, and then from the video you can see that Nnamdi Kanu, well, first of all, is alive and he is in court himself. That is the most important thing. He might not be physically fit, he might not be healthy enough, but the reality is that he is alive, and that brings hope to Biafrans on this critical day. So Biafrans are hoping, and also praying that everything would go, in favor of Nnamdi Kanu. In as much as the hopes of every Biafran is little at this point in time, because for a judge, for the judiciary to come out and say that the only way Nnamdi Kanu can be released is through political means, that speaks volume. That says a lot, and that shows that the Nigerian government are not ready, in whatsoever way to release Nnamdi Kanu. So every other means every other means will be used to release Onyendumaz and Nnamdi Kanu, because Biafrans are not gonna give up on Onyendu. It's as simple as that. So we are hoping, and we are honestly being optimistic that the result from this court hearing, will come in favor of Onyendumaz and Nnamdi Kanu, or rather give hope, for more things to come. Now, the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoko, made a comment concerning this court case. And one thing he clarified is that there is no point. Of appearing in court. And I don't blame him, for saying that, because looking at international laws and looking at laws, of the Constitution of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, you agree with me that Nnamdi Kanu has no case against the Nigerian government, because first of all, he was abducted by the Nigerian government. So this is a case of abduction and kidnapping, to start with. Now, secondly, self-determination, which has actually been the issue, against Nnamdi Kanu, in as much as they call it terrorism. But we know that the case of Nnamdi Kanu has nothing to do with terrorism. It is a case of self-determination, which we know, that it is not a crime in any law whatsoever. Yes. And also, self-defense also is not also a crime. So the big question is, why is the Nigerian government still holding Onyendumaz and Nnamdi Kanu? We all know that this is, politically orchestrated, one. And secondly, we also know that some governors, some elite in Biafran land are also contributing to the unconditional release of Onyendumaz and Nnamdi Kanu. They are the ones who has actually forced her to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu does not come out in DSS, out of that DSS custody. Look at the case of Showore. How many times has Showore been arrested for terrorism? But he is a free man. He is a free man. In fact, as a matter of fact, Showore has even come out to say he's coming out to protest again on October 1st. That shows that the Nigerian government do not really care about these people. They are only focused on Nnamdi Kanu because of Biafra. But meanwhile, we'll give you more update on this case of Nnamdi Kanu, and more videos will be coming out as we continue to pray for more information. Please do not forget to share this video to as many groups and platforms as possible. Enjoy this wonderful broadcast.
Further hesitation. Now, I've got two things to discuss this very evening, but for the fact that I have mentioned that based on the music, the song of our Biafran brother, the ending part of that song says, Onye si na ọ bụ governor n'ala Igbo, he who says, or who claims, or who parades himself as a governor, or as any political criminal, which they call themselves political elites in Biafra territory, you have to, and you are representing the zoo, and you have sworn that it is zoo or you you have to relocate. You must leave Biafra land. So because of that, that has brought me back to, the comment of the Prime Minister a couple of days ago. I think that was yesterday. Right now, we will, first of all, begin with that. And after that, of course, we'll go into the next segment. That means now we've got three different things to discuss this very evening. So please, these three things are very, very important. I can assure you it is very, very important. After discussing this very issue of, the press release from the office of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, then we are going to do something very, very significant this very evening. You're welcome once again, my wonderful people of Biafra, and of course, lovers of freedom. Now, let me also, of course, let you know, because I have seen some comments in the comment section a couple of days ago, or should I say for the past 2 days now, because of the news that we recorded. I recorded it myself and posted it, of course, on our platform, where the terrorist commander Mohammed Musa, Al-Haji Mohammed Musa, some people are telling me, hey, he's a Christian, blah blah blah. Don't confuse, you cannot confuse me. You can't confuse me. I don't care about their propaganda. I don't care about their religion. Don't confuse me. He is called Mohammed Musa. Don't tell me whether he's a Christian, he goes to church or he goes to mosque. I don't care. His name is Mohammed Musa. That Christopher that is attached is what they are using to deceive the gullible today. Musa is a chief terrorist. In case you don't know it now. But that is not even the main issue. That is not the main issue. I heard many people commenting, not even many, but some people commenting. They are letting me know that Musa was actually talking about the terrorists taking over. I look at them, I laugh. Before we analyze any issue or any topic, we go deep or deeper. We go deeper. We don't just listen to the grammars or English word. We listen to the, we even listen, we pay attention to the one that you wanted to say, but because of the damages it may cause, you reserve it. I want you to follow me. Just pay very good attention to what I'm saying now, please. Very, very important. Because that is going to be the second thing we will talk about this evening. And then after that, we'll delve into the main matter. The main matter this evening is that African Union, we have received notification that African Union, or should I say the zoo, the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom government representatives in the African Union Commission has declined our petition against the Zoological Republic and, of course, the Biafra referendum and, above all, the restoration of independent states of Biafra. So that is going to be our main topic this evening. But before then, let us do other things in order to, that will usher us to that very main topic this evening. So that Musa topic is going to be the second one. I want you to pay attention. Please welcome everybody. We need more Biafrans here as we move into the main segment, as we move into the matter that has brought us here this evening. Welcome everybody. Welcome all of you. Please do not hesitate to let me know in the comment section once my voice stops coming out loud and clear. All right, the first one is where they said, where our Prime Minister was, of course, talking to those who claim to be Igbo political elites, which our young boy, our young musician said, onye si na obu governor na ana Igbo, we si na cholo one Nigeria, ya buli ibu ye na bu ugwu Awusa. Because obu na iru onu ugwu Awusa, by the time you get to the north, as a good governor that you are, you will be able to rule the Fulanese very, very well. That time, Ayese Pugaka is no longer our business. Now, according to the headline from Daily Post, a Zoo Media, they said, Biafra, Nigeria has nothing to offer you, Ekpa, who's Igbo political elite. When they say Ekpa, who's Igbo political elite, it looks as if he's trying to entice them. No. He is not enticing anybody. It was just a statement that onye mala asu omegini osuo n'ikwe me mala asu isuo nani obukwane na isuo nani kedu ife ya eme isu bia mkpụrụ ọkpa gị. Now they said the Simon Ekpa-led Biafra Republic Government in Exile, BLGIE, has wooed Southeast political elites to join him in advancing the struggle for the actualization of Biafra. It has been observed that most of the political elites in the region are showing an attitude of indifference towards the Biafra struggle because of what they are gaining from the zoo. Number one is that na fakpalonko arụrụ and ngwele abịagolo folile. Pay attention. They have soiled their hands. Fa mebile aka fa. They are all corrupt. Let me tell you the truth. 100% of all the politicians serving in the zoo, be it a Biafran or a Zugerian, are all corrupt. I said 100. I am not telling you 99%. There is absolutely nothing to do with 99, not even 99.999. No. 100% of all the Nigerian politicians are corrupt. 100. If there is anything like 101% or 120%, they are there. I'm not talking about the Biafrans alone in the zoo politics. Now, for the fact that the Biafrans, the Igbos especially, that's the Biafrans at large, who are serving the zoo, who are in Nigerian politics in our land, know very well that their masters are the Fulanis. They also know that all their moves, all their corrupt activities, all their criminal activities in the name of politicking or politics in the zoo are being recorded by the same Fulanis who are their masters. British people taught Fulani how to do this thing very well. They keep their records very, very well. So the moment you as a politician who is already spoiled, who is already corrupt. There's a time this Mumu man, Andy Okeke, was, talking about Peter Obi and the Labour Party. He said that he does not want to do the same thing others are doing. That let me be like them and climb. And when I climb, I begin to change things. He said, because once you be like them and you climb, you must continue to be like them, because you cannot change. If you try to change, those that you have been those that you have been whining and dining with will come against you because they have your records. Kenneth Okonkwo said, that is the only word he said that I can always remember, because that is the truth. So now, all these ones from Biafra land who know very well that Fulanis have their record, Farman Nuaro, Farman Kukwara, they can't do anything, because if they do PIM, MFI family or Joseph Carlo, the next one Obewakwa. The next one, if Fudim Akone Bakwa, or Joseph Carlo Barakwa, Rocha Sokra Barakwa, Peter Obi Barakwa. That's why when they say Peter Obi lost, Tinubu stole his mandate and he didn't do anything. What were you expecting Peter Obi to do? Peter Obi is corrupt. Did he do anything in Anambra State? As the other time somebody was telling me, hey, he paid teachers. Shame! That is the biggest shame of the century. Is it my job to pay teachers? Is he not part of the primary, concern or primary, objectives of the government to pay the workers and teachers? Am I the one who's supposed to pay teachers? If you don't pay teachers, then leave it. Wait for me to come and pay them. It is not a job. A governor paying teachers in his state is never a job. It's not. It can never be counted as the good thing you have done. That is a shame. It's a big shame. Can never be counted. So he can't do anything. He can't challenge them because they have his records. Or else you come and tell us what you did with our money in Anambra State for 8 good years. That is it. So none of them, they will always, turn their back at Biafra restoration project because they are all corrupt under the zoo politics. Now they said, they have consistently said they would wish to remain in Nigeria, having fought a civil war that lasted for 3 years. That is not their problem because none of them fought the war. None of them, none of all the politicians you see today in Biafra land fought war. No, not even one. None of them fought war. So that is not the case. The case is what I have just said. They are all corrupt, and their masters who put them there, like Hope or them, their masters know who they are. Do you know how much Soludo stole as the governor of Central Bank during Obasanjo? Do you know? Obasanjo knows this thing. Obasanjo is aware how Soludo stole Nigeria dry as the governor of Central Bank. But Obasanjo cannot do anything because Obasanjo was stealing while Soludo was stealing. Now chop I chop. So Obasanjo knows, as Soludo knows Obasanjo, so Obasanjo knows Soludo. So who put Soludo there? The same Fulani. The same Fulani that put, Obasanjo as the president, the then president. So they all know themselves. And they can never do otherwise. Then they say, however, Ekpa thinks otherwise, as he claims Nigeria has not offered anything tangible to the Igbos, to the Biafrans. In a statement posted on his X account on Friday, Ekpa, the self-acclaimed Prime Minister of BRGIE, urged the Igbo political elite to utilize his upcoming declaration of Biafra Liberation Convention to identify with the struggle. It's just an advice because they can never do that. It's just an advice. He boasted that the convention, scheduled to hold from November 29, 2024 to 3rd December in Lahti, Finland, will lead to the restoration of Biafra liberation. According to him, Nigeria has nothing to offer Biafrans other than incessant rights violations, which is the truth, like as they have violated our rights again. As I'm talking to you, anyway, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But the rights, our rights they violated in Cape Azua now is nailing their own coffin. It is another proof, another evidence that Biafra is here. Another evidence that the whole world will see and believe that yes, there is really fire on the mountain. Now, he continued, he alleged that Biafrans had suffered too long over the injustices and marginalization under Nigeria. It is not alleged, it is reality. The establishment of Nigeria has done nothing but violate our rights as former citizens. Nigeria is gradually coming to an end, and we are bringing forth the opportunity for you to join us in actualizing the Biafran dream, where all men and women will be equal in the eyes of the Creator. In the eyes of the Creator, and of course, in the eyes of the law. Very, very important. In the eyes of the law. Because If we are not, the problem today, one of the biggest problem in the zoo today is that no, we are not we, sorry. All people are not equal to the law, to the eyes of the law, or in the eyes of the law. There are some people who who are above the law when it comes to like the governor of Zamfara State a couple of days ago, like I think that was on Thursday last week, accused Matawale, a sitting governor of Zamfara State, accused Matawale, who happens to be the current, chief of defense staff, not chief of defense staff in Musa. What do you call it? The person who he is minister of defense. Yes, the current minister of defense to the federal government, Matawale, has been currently accused of shading, harboring, forming terrorist group in Zamfara State. You do understand that? The current, chief of defense, minister of defense, has been accused by a sitting governor from his state. Remember, this is no longer witch hunting because this Matawale is no longer serving the state. He's now serving the federal government. I want you to pay attention to this. He is no longer dragging with anybody who will become the next governor. He is serving the federal government. And he's not like Nyesom Wike, who is in Abuja, but planning or wanting to plant his puppet in Old River State. There is no any news of Matawale trying to impose, somebody as the governor of Zamfara State. There's no any news like that. But this man has been currently accused of harboring, shedding, feeding, paying, and forming terrorist group in Zamfara State. Did you hear anything like that? Did you hear the presidency? Did you hear anything from the federal government? Did you hear anything from the media? Did you hear anything? Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing was done. Nothing was done about it. I'm telling you, what is going on currently now. Nothing was done about it. And he is still there in the government. You see? So there is no amount, nothing at all. Nothing would change. It is what it is. Now, let's continue here. They said, so what I was saying is that being equal in the eyes of the law is the only way corruption will be dealt with among the politicians. Being equal in the eyes of the law. When the law says if you embezzle funds meant for the public, you will go to 30 years imprisonment, and you embezzle funds meant for the public, there is an evidence to that, then the law will take its course and you will be properly and genuinely sentenced to 30 years imprisonment based on what the laws of the land says. Then tomorrow, the next person, the next person Amarako. And the law must not give any chance of there's this useless thing that is destroying the zoological republic, which they call immunity. This useless thing, this thing is like a giant. You see, this thing they call immunity is the biggest giant in politics, in Nigerian politics. Immunity is the most useless and the unwanted thing. You don't need it. Because many of them, they will be in the corridors of poverty. They join their maker. Until they join their maker, they will continue to enjoy immunity. Immunity will continue to shield them, to cover them, to protect them. Without them, And so look at Dev Umahi. After everything Dev Umahi did in Ebonyi State, by the many people, today he is Minister of Transportation or whatever they call him, on the immunity. How do you want to arrest him? But those who to show how corrupt they are, those who they claim to copy their system of governance, do not have immunity. Even a prime minister can be arrested. A president can be arrested. A minister can be arrested. A governor can be arrested. As long as you have been accused, for the first thing, once you have been accused, the first thing is to resign. The first thing for you to do is to resign, pending investigation. Once the investigation is concluded and you are guilty, you are guilty. A sentence I give immediate to also, you will be sentenced. But in the zoo, the reverse is the case. The reverse is the case in the Zoological Republic. Now, let us finish this one and then we'll dive into the next segment. We are heading there. The steps we are taking for the actualization of our independent state are stipulated in the UN Charter of People's Right to Self-Determination and, above all, within the confines of the international law on human rights, he stated. This comes months after ECPA announced that Biafra liberation will be declared on December 2nd, 2024. Despite the call for his arrest and push for his repatriation. This I know that, Tomamu. Let me take that again. Despite the call for his arrest and push for his repatriation, the separatist has continued his quest for Biafra liberation. The person who is writing this will also enjoy the disintegration of the zoo. The person who is writing will also enjoy the disintegration. In fact, let me tell you, the disintegration of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, Nigeria, is for everybody, including the Hausas. I'm telling you, including the Hausas. If the zoo fails to disintegrate as soon as possible, the longer the zoo stays, the higher the number of people that will buy and join their ancestors will become. The risk of buying young, in the zoo here is 99%, as long as the zoo remains one entity. What I'm telling you is the truth. God in heaven, be me witness. In as much as Nigeria remains as an entity, the higher the chance of dying young. If you don't die through military assassination, police assassination, kidnapping, Fulani terrorists, or the main people that constitute the majority of deaths in Nigeria are the Nigerian Army and Police. Can you imagine that? Can somebody just imagine that? That the law enforcement agency being created to preserve, protect lives and properties of the citizens are the hey, what a shame. Now, because of that, let me play you a video. Because of this, let me play you a video. And I would like any law enforcement agent, or should I say any Nigerian terrorist, to be here. I would like any Nigerian terrorist, either army terrorist, police terrorist, civil defense terrorist, Air Force terrorist, any Nigerian uniformed terrorist person should be here. Please, if you are watching from YouTube or Facebook and you are on Twitter, share this broadcast on Twitter and tag any of them. tag one of them. If you know any account of any terrorist, uniform person in the zoo, please tag them. I want any of them to come here now because I have something to tell them. Very, very important. At least maybe that person could repent and, exonerate himself by resigning and dropping anything that has to do with the terrorist, organization called the Nigeria Armed Forces. Now, let us first video which the Prime Minister posted a couple of hours ago today. There is something that I want us to pick from this video. Very, very important, please. Now, pay attention.
How many people How many people soldiers go kill? Soldiers go kill. How many people soldiers go kill? Soldiers go kill. How many people soldiers go kill? Hey, never kill us, fire. Hey, never kill us, fire. Hey, never kill us, fire. How many people soldiers go kill?
Now, I did not just want to play this video for you just like that. There's a reason why I played this very video for you. In Abata, made the needful. Once you are joining me, please do the needful, like, and of course, inform others that we are live by, of course, sharing the broadcast. Very, very important. Now, the reason why I had to play this very video is because, pay attention, my people. The video that I played is, let me not say Ilibinu, Edo people protesting. I'm going to use that word, Ilibinu's letter. Ilibinu will come later, not now. So these are Edo people protesting today after the election was rigged and announced to the public by INEC. They said that the APC man has won the election in Edo State. So as it stands today, APC candidate is the governor-elect in Edo State. So there is another Imo coming in Edo. Another Imo is about to happen in Edo State. So they don't know how it happened. You see the one that happened in the old Abia. APC does not know how it happened. It was like magic that somebody who is not APC man won the governorship of the old Abia State. It's a great shame to them. They have sworn never to allow such a thing to happen again. APC, the worst thing that has ever happened to the people of the zoo is the emergence of APC as a political party and even to becoming the ruling party. That is the devil that has happened to Nigeria. The devil that has happened to Nigeria. That is APC. But to us, Biafrans, that is beneficial to us. Because once the chaos continues, the disintegration of the zoo becomes imminent. I want you to mark it somewhere. Because the zoo can never disintegrate when things are going right. It's not possible. Nobody would like to leave. Although our own is different because our own is an ideology. But in plain terms, when things are going fine, there is every possibility of everybody wanting to be there because things are working. You see America today. America is great. America is great. America is great because things are working. If things go south tomorrow, some people would want to secede from America. That is how it is. So now, The reason why I play this very video is because the citizens are singing to the law enforcement agents, asking them, how many people will you kill? And they said, then go kill us tire, then go buy us tire. The citizens are singing, they are there. Remember that whether they are soldiers or police, they are there. Look at them. The soldiers are there. This one here is police. This one here is soldier. This one here is soldier. This one here is soldier. If you follow the mouse, you see it properly. It's a shame I cannot zoom it because this is video. This man here is a soldier. He's an army officer. This one here is an army officer. This one here is an army officer. This one is police. And this one is police. Now, the citizens, you know, when I watched the video, I was shedding tears. I was like crying. I was asking myself, oh God, what is this? They are not even ashamed. Those that they were being constituted to protect. The people that they were constituted to protect are the people asking them, how many will you buy? They will say, "Ona go buy your tire." That means they are the mercenaries. They are in fact, once you see an army officer of the Nigeria Federation, know that you are seeing death. Once you see a policeman, I want you to know today, in case you are not aware, once you see a police officer in Nigeria, you must have it in mind that this is your death. So it's either you skate through or you buy. Once you see an army officer in the zoo in Nigeria, have it in mind that you are just looking at your death, because he can buy you at any given time. He can buy you at any given time. Don't tell me, hey, there are good ones. No, I don't want to hear any nonsense like that. There is absolutely nothing like that. If you are good, you cannot go and work with terrorists. You can never. If you are good at heart, you can never join yourself with a terrorist. So don't tell, nobody should ever tell me there are good ones. There is no good one, whether Igbo man or Hausa, no good one, no any good policeman, no any good army officer. Once you see anybody in black and black uniform or that khaki, know it very well that you are looking at any place if rofa, whether mafe bumoto, mafe joba, any place if ronya Nigeria, mara na onwuge. You are just looking at your death. Because they have been, mentally, fixed to buy any Nigerian person they see. All this one standing here now, what they are waiting for is just phone call. Apofa now. If was there no tum osu osana eme. Recently now,